Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's day 16 and today's Inktober prompt is Angel. Now, I need to apologize for not recording a portion of this drawing, but I was so focused on my reference photo that I just didn't pay attention to the camera. So it's just gonna skip forward a little bit because once I did notice it, I obviously sorted out the issue and I started recording again. So hopefully you can tell by now that I've chosen to draw Angel from this old TV show that used to be on, I don't know, ages, years, decades ago, Buffy. Well, actually he ended up having his own show, Angel. But anyway, he's a character from a TV show. Please let me know in the comments if you've ever watched either of these shows or if you know who he's meant to be. It's not the most amazing portrait, and in fact I'm not sure if I didn't tell you who it's meant to be if you would have ever guessed it, but I did my best. I don't know, it just seemed like a good idea at the time. Just suddenly realizing that these TV shows are from the late 90s to early 2000s has suddenly made me feel quite old. But anyway, this is my drawing for day 16 prompt, Angel. Today's Scrawltober prompt is Boar. Now, I did play around with the idea of drawing Timon and Pumbaa for this. I thought it might be fun, but I decided that drawing a real animal is just more challenging, and I don't think I've ever drawn a boar, so I'm trying to draw a real one. I hope it comes out. I'm gonna be using pastel pencils for this. They're basically shaped like a pig, but with kind of bristly fur, and I think they're just more muscly, especially front heavy. And some of them have tusks and some of them don't, and I decided to draw one without tusks just to try and accentuate the features and get the face. And I'm using pastel pencils because that kind of helps with the fur. I'm blending out the base layer of color, to which I'm then going to add fur markings and possibly a couple of layers for shadows and highlights. With pastel pencils, you kind of have to work in layers, and I often blend out the first 2 or 3 layers, and it kind of helps the depth of color, but it's really important to keep the markings in the direction of hair growth, even if you're going to blend those layers out, because you can still kind of see the pencil markings even in the blended layers, and it really helps to add the final details afterwards, because even though they're blended, you can kind of see the markings, and then when you add the final markings on top of that, adding shadows, adding highlights, it all plays into the thickness of the fur and how real it looks. But this drawing is very simple, it's very small, and it's not on pastel paper, so it's a little bit minimal compared to what I would normally do when I'm drawing animals. Now, the eyes are really important. No matter how minimal the drawing, trying to get as much detail into the eyes as possible really brings it together. Now, I'm not sure how much detail I can get in these with them being so tiny. They're maybe 2 millimeters wide, and it's really hard to get a sharp point on a pastel pencil. Now I'm just going over the fur to add a few extra layers of shadow and depth. It kind of gives it more definition and makes it look less bare. And in this small drawing, I've got the white of the paper kind of showing through and being like the highlights in the fur, whereas if this was a larger drawing, I would have probably blended out the base layers of color and then used a white pencil to bring out the highlights in the fur. Well, that's about it. Now I'm just going to put some grass around him so it looks like he's standing on something rather than floating on a page. And this is my drawing for day 16 of Scrawltober, Boar. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more daily art. Thanks, see you soon!